Aloha, everyone,
Hey.
and happy Thanksgiving, and welcome to the show. Now that we're all blind, Colleen. Um,
Ooh. Now that we're
today,
what?
blind, your whole
Oh,
screen went.
sorry. I know. I'm sorry.
Um, so we have a special guest with us today, Mira Duncan, who's going to talk to us about how to look good on camera and take care of our skin so we will always look good on camera, because that's part of being an entrepreneur, presenting yourself in a very professional manner. The other reason I invited Mira on here is she has very successfully been using the engagement bot to engage with her customers and get more of them talking to her. She's also noticed what I can do with graphics, and she has me talking to her team how to use more graphics and not having to have Mary Kay products at home to take pictures, but using AI tools to create that content to get more scroll stops. So I am really excited to give the floor to Mira, who's going to talk to us more about how to look better on Zoom.
So
And
we
she
can
looks
stop.
amazing.
Yes, you do look amazing. I'm over here going, gosh, I need to look like you.
Yeah. Well, you can. You can too. So where do you guys want me to start? I have all kinds of things I can share. You just need to let me know what is going to be what's going to be best for you. Do you want me to start with how I got into Mary Kay and how I started using social media?
I'd like you to start with a few tips on how to look great on camera.
Awesome.
Then I'd like you to share about how you have used social media, organic social media that Colleen and I talk about all the time to grow your business as a case study, who
Right.
hasn't worked with us, but has worked in the space and knows the success of it. And then I'll ask you some questions about how you've integrated AI tools and how it's brought you some success. So take it
Awesome.
away with the tips to look younger on camera.
Okay. Oh gosh, there's so many. I'm trying to find the content that I shared with you, because of course I got really nervous and I messed up my thing. So I love beauty products. I have been in Mary Kay for 22 years. Are you hearing me or not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. I think my internet might be lagging. I'm over at my condo, and I have a new router that I need to install, and I haven't done it yet. So I've been in the beauty industry for 22 years. I just celebrated my 22nd anniversary with Mary Kay. Before I came into Mary Kay, I had a every woman approach to beauty, and it worked for me. I was interested. I was participating in some trends. I was young. I was the age my daughter is now. I started wearing makeup when I was 13 and 14, and then graduated from college. Loved to go. I had my specific counters that I would go to, and even when I was a broke girl, I would still go find my money to buy whatever I needed to buy to get a gift with purchase. And I've learned more and more the longer I've been in the beauty industry. And my goal is really to help people to be able to project the image that they have in their mind out into the world. When you know that you look great, you don't think about how you look. And when you are a little bit self-conscious about the way you look, you think about it all the time, and that's all that you do. And I really want people to really look flawless, to have the best pictures of their life and wow their next meeting. And I feel like that is a lot easier than people think. You don't need as much makeup as people may assume that they do. So let me just start with the basic stuff. You really want to focus on framing your face and keeping everything natural. And I've had people say, well, why should I even bother with this? Because, you know, there's so many tools to help you look great. The thing is that for most of us, at some point, you're going to meet your clients who are connecting with you through social media. You're either going to meet them on a video call or you're going to meet them in person. And I don't know about you, but I was dating online starting in like the new millennium in 2000, starting in like 2003 through 2007. And I had some experiences where the person who I met looked nothing like the pictures that they had posted. Do you guys resonate with that experience at all?
Absolutely. And we've got some comments in the chat already, and they want to know if your tips are going to be able to help men look better on camera too.
Yes, definitely. Because, well, first of all, if you want to look better on camera, you are going to need to use some grooming products. You're going to need to take care of your skin because when you, especially if you're going to compare yourself to media personalities, you're going to be going up against media personalities or professional actors or stuff like that. Those people are taking care of themselves. They're being groomed. They're wearing a little bit of makeup. So I guess let's talk about it super natural basic. And I love this because I'm from Oregon and I've spent the bulk of my time in my business in the Pacific Northwest, in Idaho, Utah, and Oregon, where people are like, I don't want to wear makeup. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to feel like I have to, you know, whatever. So the first thing that you need to be doing is exfoliating every day. You need to be in a good skincare routine. You need to be washing, exfoliating your face. You need to be hydrating. You need to be using a toner or something to pH balance your skin. And you absolutely need to be wearing sunscreen. Now, Heather and I live out here on Oahu, so we know about sunscreen. It's an everyday thing, especially when you have the melanin that we have. And even when you live somewhere where it has traditional winter, depending on, especially if you have overcast days, those are the days you want to be wearing more sunscreen than any other time because you actually get more UVA and UVB exposure. But exfoliation really is the key. If you're already doing a really basic skincare routine, there's lots of exfoliation products I can recommend for you, from everything from a basic scrub to a microdermabrasion treatment. And I am going to, I think my Calendly link is going to be shared at some point. If you want a free consultation, I'm happy to video chat with you and give you some ideas on where you should start. So second tip that is for super natural skin, super basic skin, is you need to do some things to help even it out. One of my very favorite products is translucent face powder because it's white and it's like a personal soft focus. So I have on some makeup and I can see Heather nodding her head. I know that you already love this product. Actually, let me back the truck up first because I want to talk about beauty blotters. So when you are out and about and you're going in between appointments to going on camera, one of the biggest things that you can do, even if you have drier skin like I do, is to prep your skin by taking off the oil and the grease. This is really important if you wear makeup so that you don't touch it up and trap layers of oil and grease on your makeup. And if you don't wear makeup or you're not wearing makeup that day, these rice paper blotters, you can see how much came off of my skin already. And I literally just showered and put my makeup on in the last 2 hours. So that was a lot. So now, beauty blotters. Love these guys. I owe Heather a pack of these. I forgot to give them to you when you were at my house on Friday. Sorry. So back to translucent face powder. So here we go. I put a little bit in the cap. And I'm going to do just a little bit right here, right here, right here. Do you see how that changed everything? You seeing that? Okay, great.
You're so not shiny anymore. Like
right,
you took off the shine.
Right. When they first came out with translucent face powder, because I have really pale natural skin, like this is me. I'm not tan, but I'm like flesh tone because I get so much more sun here. I was like, why would I want white powder? I don't want my face to be lighter. I don't understand this, but this is like a personal soft focus. So if you have played with filters and the makeup filters and all those different things from Snapchat and different social medias, or you have teenagers who play with those in your life, you understand how much different that makes your picture look without a little bit. Oh, now Colleen's going in. She's got her powder. She's getting it. Okay, so those are my 3 biggest tips for just keeping everything really even. There's a lot more that you can do with your face in terms of your brows. You want to make sure your brows are groomed and you want to fill them in, particularly if your brows are getting thin in the middle. Now, I right now just used there's a couple of different brow products that I really love, and I particularly love them because they're easy to use if your vision has gotten interesting, which is where I'm at in my life, where I can't use bifocals and my regular prescription, my single vision prescription doesn't quite cover it for my reading glasses, and I need prescription sunglasses. So I need all the help I can get. And sometimes I don't have my zoom in mirror. So I love this volumizing brow tint for Mary Kay. This is a really easy product to use because it's got a precision point and we just use it. Okay. Yeah, let's see right here. It's easy to comb in through your brows and it fills everything in. We also have a clear brow gel. So if you have plenty of hair and you have it's the right color, you can use the clear brow gel as well to get exactly the look that you want. It's really easy to carry around with you. Okay. What else?
I have a question.
Yes.
So with the brows, like the stuff that you have, I have searched high and low for something that does not smudge or smear because I forever am touching and scratching and so after it's dry, is it dry? Like,
yeah. Well, in fact, let's go back over. Let's see what we've got.
Okay. And then as far as the color goes, I don't feel like brown is good for me.
Right. So it's really tricky. And the tips that I'm sharing, I actually learned these from a makeup artist a couple of years ago that I interacted with on a Zoom call like this through my stylist, Patsy from Embracing Your Essence. So for the brow, right now, the brow trend has been really dark. In fact, it's been Angry Birds level of dark, which is interesting because I spent the 90s plucking my brows, my big fat Brooke Shields brows down to little tiny things. And that's part of the reason why I have holes right here and right here, because I spent so much time waxing and plucking them. So for dark hair, it's actually recommended to choose a shade lighter than your hair, which is a little different. So when I went on this other call with this makeup artist I think it's now almost 2 years ago, she actually had me take down my brow color. And part of it is you want to pay attention to how much makeup you're wearing. Right now I have on really natural light makeup, light colors, because of what I was doing today and because I wanted people to really see me and not my makeup today. If I was wearing really bold eye makeup, I might bounce it up a shade. And for me as a blonde, you want to choose taupe, and I chose dark blonde brow tint. So that's the color that you want to pick if you're more glitter or silver as well.
Okay, where are you going?
I'm gonna go see
Okay.
what someone else is tomorrow.
So what else? What's next?
So next, after all these tips, I'd really like you to talk about your adventures in social media organic marketing and how it's been working for you.
Yeah. Okay, great. So I started my business in the year 2002, and social media didn't exist. I did have a personal website. I could have people email me. I was doing digital marketing because where I lived when I started my Mary Kay business was the place I had moved, less than a year ago, fresh out of college. So I've always been interested in technology and adapting technology to make it so that I can reach out to more people. So when I started using social media in about 2010 because my younger sisters, hi Emma and Caitlin, if you're out there in Facebook land, refused to share family pictures with me. They're like, it's on Facebook. You can just go look at it there. And so I got on Facebook, and then very quickly I realized, and at that point I was 8 years into my Mary Kay career, and I was moving to my third location. And I realized that by adopting this and by being on social media, I could reconnect with people who had changed their phone numbers because they'd had to move out of region, or they just had changed their phone numbers. I'm one of those interesting people who I haven't changed my number for 20 years, partly because I don't like to. And I learned the hard way when I moved from Utah to Oregon, which was my first Mary Kay move, that I lost a lot of people because I changed my phone number. But there's people who change their phone numbers a lot, but they always have Messenger. And so you can always connect with them through Messenger. And very quickly, Richard, my husband, and I both, getting on social media, were able to reconnect with a lot of people that we had not been in touch with for a while. And it was, it's really grown from there. I think 2012 is when I really dove into having a separate Facebook just for my business, having a page, and then developing my VIP Facebook group for my clients. And in 2019, as even before the world shut down, there were a lot of people in my industry, in direct sales, and also in my company that were shifting to using social media in various ways to market their business, and doing that almost exclusively. And then, of course, in 2020, when the world shut down, we had to learn how to still, create some content so that we could engage with people, do parties, and create community and some positivity, and a nice, a soft place for people to be, and something that we could all agree on, which beauty is definitely one of those uniter topics.
So having a Facebook group, has it established you as a person of knowledge, as a subject matter expert when it comes to being a beauty consultant?
I guess, can you break that down a little bit more? Because the short answer is yes, but that's going to define you. That's going to basically use your question to define the answer of yes.
So by using, and this is what we tell people, that if you use social media like this, if you build a YouTube channel, if you build a Facebook group where you're putting content in front of people, and Facebook shows that content more often from the group to those people, that you're going to be top of mind when they think about, oh, wait, my sister's getting married and we need to buy like a box of lipstick and everything for the bridal party.
Right.
Are they going to go to Ulta, or are they going to come to you because you've been in their face talking about this for a long time, and they trust you that you're going to give them the best deal possible, and you're not going to give them some like Temu lipstick for the most important thing that happens to them. Like, most people only get married maybe once, twice, three times if you're pushing it.
Yeah.
But
Well, but
first one
it's a special event, and it's, whether you're talking about getting married or family pictures or a reunion, whatever you need, you really want high quality products, and that's exactly it. At the beginning of the social media trend, there were a lot of people in my field in direct sales and in Mary Kay who were leery of advertising because of the way that advertising has been used, but it's definitely evolved. And it's now, you're absolutely right. Social media creates the top of mind awareness. And I have a page, which is my front facing billboard out to the world where I attract new people. This was particularly important to me in the last market I moved to, which was Boise, Idaho, partly because Boise is one of those cities that for a number of years kept getting ranked as one of Forbes' top places to move to. So there was a lot of people, in fact, from the time that we first started visiting Boise, thinking about moving before the year my daughter was born in 2011 to the time we left this year, the middle of this year in 2024, Boise it has tripled, quadrupled. It's basically unrecognizable in some ways because of how much infrastructure has gone into it. So there were a lot of people coming in, and I already had a not very active Facebook page and a not very active Facebook group at the time. And I really leaned into that starting at that time because we moved to a new place. I found out I was pregnant with my second. I did an international contract. My husband fell down and broke his leg and, was in the hospital for a while. So we had a lot of things happening really in that first, 7 months that we moved to the new market. So I had opportunities to build my business, my business there, but I hadn't done a lot of them, partly because we decided on June 28th of 2013 that we were going to move August 3rd. So we didn't have a lot of time to some of my other markets. I had, when I moved to my hometown, I had time to, I had people I already knew who lived there who were already my customer. When I moved to a different city in Oregon over to Central Oregon to Bend, which is where we lived before that, I had spent time going back and forth, and it was only 2 hours from where I was from. So I had customers established when we moved there. And then when we moved to Hawaii, we've been coming back and forth since 2021 and intentionally building community. But at the same time, because I've really been focusing on social media, I have people from all over the country. In fact, I'm deep into a whole bunch of people and a whole bunch of new clients who are in New England right now. And all over the world because they're following different hashtags that I post with my content on my business page. But in terms of the group, the way that I use my group is it's basically my raving fan club. Now, for my company, they asked me not to put my prices and my sales on my page. So that's so Mary Kay with Mira, my VIP group, is where you're going to find all of that kind of information. And from there, you're really, that's how you then get a little deeper in. So I try to make sure that it's community, it's positivity. It has some of the same content as on my page, but there's some exclusive stuff that is just for my VIP customers. So there's some value in terms of you being part of my group.
So something that you were an early adopter of once you met me, you're like, Heather, I need automation in my life. I introduced you to our engagement tool that we've been talking about in this group forever now. And a couple of people have jumped on. And yes, it is a bot. People can tell that it is different from you. Though it's programmed with your personality as much as we can, it does go off the rails sometimes. But how much time has it saved you engaging with other people? How often do you find that you get more engagements on your post because more people are seeing it? And looking at the stats from Facebook, have you noticed an increase in your visibility because you're engaging more?
Well, I honestly haven't looked at any of the stats, but what I can tell you, in fact, My bot is chatting right now. She's just out there chitty chatting her little heart out. Now, what's so great is you can use it on your personal page and on your business page. And my bot, because of the way that my Myers-Briggs personality and my writing samples that are out there, she tends to go into toxic positivity a little bit, which is fine. And surprisingly, some of the posts that she has written that have been written on posts that people that I know have put up there, they have taken it as really genuine, sincere, and whatever. And I'm like, really? You thought that I would be that level of positive? Like, have you met me? I'm really sarcastic. So we definitely need, and Heather and I have been working on, refining the bot so that she sounds a little bit more like me. But it's working great. It's just an interesting thing that happened with chatting on my personal profile, because I'm not just looking for people who I can immediately convert into clients. I'm working on creating relationships. So she was over there chatting away in a group about a group event, and it was something that was a girlfriends over 30 thing, club for this island. And she asked a question about a craft night that they were going to do. And I got in my inbox, somebody messaged me in order to respond more fully to my question. Then they sent me a friend request. Then I had to go back. Thankfully, they commented on the post, so I went back and I looked at it. And I did say to the gal, I'm like, so I'm going to tell you something funny. And she said, what? And I said, so I have a social media engagement bot. So she was the one who actually commented on that. But I am interested in that. So let's be friends, whatever. So that particular thing I haven't followed up with that, but you can see how that kind of engagement can be really powerful.
Because that's what we also teach, is going and interacting in other groups. And with some of the restrictions that have happened with Facebook about you being able to put out cold DMs, when people come into your inbox and start talking to you, and especially you're in networking groups about the craft fair, it very easily could have evolved into, oh, what kind of help would you need with that? Oh, is this someplace where I can talk about my product or my employment opportunities? And what our niche is mostly for life insurance agents. Wouldn't it be great if you went into a local community group, it started chit-chatting away with everyone, and people from your local community started DMing you?
Right.
And they say, oh, who's this Heather chick? Why'd she comment on my post? She clicks on my profile, and then they see, oh, this is Heather. She does AI. My pinned post is about me and my business and what I do. So I've optimized my personal profile as well to use as a second funnel. So it's not the group, just the group. It's not your business, just your business page. It's your personal profile that you're using as a third funnel that makes this people coming in. Sorry, Mira.
No, you're fine. Well, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And, I grew up in a small town where I was related to probably 45% of the people who lived there. And if I wasn't related to them, they went to high school with my parents. And if they didn't go to high school with my parents, they went to our church. And so that is really, the power of relationships, the power of knowing who somebody is really speaks to me. And that's part of what I like about engaging in groups, is that even when you live in a big city or a big community, or your whole market is basically the entire country, which is broad and vast, in some places, it's really not. So your groups and, being able to engage with people, but it's exactly what you were saying. You want to be, you're having them comment on, having this bot comment on, which is helping me find things that I wouldn't necessarily have found because I don't have hours to comb on social media. In fact, recently, one of my older relatives who kind of lurks on social media, she's like, "You're never on social media." I'm like, "I'm on social media a lot, but I'm on there for my business. I'm in my sales team group. I'm in my VIP group. I'm posting content on my page to attract new customers. I'm not scrolling. I'm not looking at local events. And I would like to be, because I would, especially living in a new community, that's how you can create organic connections, is find things that you are all interested in, find places to volunteer, all of those types of things, because that's where you're going to find your ideal customer avatar, is in those kinds of groups. So I think using a bot is, like, why are you not doing it? You need to do it like yesterday. Like, just go for it. And honestly, this is the best ad spend that I've ever done. And it's less expensive than, I also run Facebook ads. I do utilize all that type of things. And sometimes I'm spending way more to get, in fact, my Facebook page just recently went from about 800 people to about 1,800 followers. And I was like, yeah, that's so great. But then I also got some people that I didn't really want, that came because they were responding to an ad that, for whatever reason, the demographics didn't really pull that in. And yeah, I've gotten weird comments, and there was there was a page recently that I was telling Heather about, that the bot ended up interacting with somebody who was doing adult material on the business page. So I had to edit that. But you're going to get that anyway.
I get it all the time on Instagram. I hate it.
And partly it's because it's looking for pictures of beautiful women, and that's exactly what that adult content is going to be. So I think that when especially those of us who are Gen X or elder millennials, when we think about, wouldn't it be great to hire someone to do our social media, to post as us and whatever, the bot basically does what we wish the person we had hired would have done. And it's far less expensive. And it can be adjusted to be exactly what you want it to be. So.
And I just want to say something really quick. So just to kind of explain why, because this used to confuse me. I was like, well, why does it matter? Like, why does it matter if I'm talking to this person or that person, or how many, my analytics, how does that all go together? Because the more social you are on social media, Facebook has complete control over whether people see your stuff or not. So Facebook can say, well, you're not really that interactive with people. So guess what? We're not going to put you in front of anybody. But if it notices that you're more active with people, it's called algorithm, and you're actually being social on social media, they will put your stuff out in front of all kinds of people. And so this is like that's the first step, is getting in front of people. Because if you're not, they don't care. You could put stuff up all the time, but if you're not interacting with people, nobody's going to see it. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of why that's
right. You're absolutely right. So the first step is being social, and the bot can help you do that. And then you can edit the bot. You can get them to, you can get it to sound more like you. It'll take a little time and adjustment. And the only reason I haven't done it faster is that I have been living in a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom condo with my family of 4 and my husband's guide dog since June, and dealing with all of the things that come with moving to a new state in terms of medical care, in terms of getting kids in school, all of the new health insurance, all of the things. So I have fit this in where it is going. And now that we're settled and all those things, I'm excited to be able to take on some new things and to work on the version of the bot that can then do messages and help me do more conversions, because that's the next step for where I'm growing my business.
let me ask you, what is your favorite, like, your favorite thing about being with Mary Kay? Like the whole, just like all together, what do you feel like was the one thing you could take with you to another business about Mary Kay? Not just like the makeup, just the business aspect itself.
So I love the culture of mentorship, and that is probably the thing that, and self-improvement. It's the thing that has kept me in the business from the time that I was a 22-year-old college graduate renting a room and storing my stuff under my bed and in my closet, with my Mary Kay business, and traveling to other people's homes, through the time that now I am a mid 40s mom of two that, doesn't have to work. But I'm still here because I have been mentored and I have grown a lot personally. And now that I am on the second set of 20 some years, in fact, my grandfather asked me when I got to my 20th anniversary, he's like, so when are you going to retire? And I'm like, I'm not even 50. What? But my grandmother retired after 20 years on the job,
Right.
and she was mid 40s at the time. So, I mean, it's
That's
understandable
funny.
that he thought that. But I am so looking forward to continuing to build relationships, to help mentor not only younger entrepreneurs, but people who are coming out of corporate America after 25 years and who are ready to take the skill set that they have. And, that's definitely a big part of who I always have been, is creating positive community, creating opportunities both to be mentored and to mentor others, to give back to other people, and to just create that network, and the family
Right.
of choice.
So like Mary Kay is like the original MLM, I feel like, in my opinion, because it's been around for so long before we even knew what it was, like what an MLM was. And so it's very popular. But the beauty of social media is that you can literally, you don't have to be in the community. You can be if you want to be, but you don't have to. So like I live in a really small rural town. The
Yeah.
great part about the social media, and yes, the AI is great, but you have to start like, you can literally have a business and sell to everybody. You can offer your products to everybody in the world, in the country, depending on what your product is. And I love that. What the AI does is it just really helps you get yourself out there more, and it helps free up your time. And it's huge. You don't, in my opinion, you don't want something that's going to do everything for you, because then it's not going to be, I just don't feel like it's not going to be right. It's not going to be the same. You're
Well,
not going to build those relationships with your customers the way you need to. So I don't know. I think that it's really exciting for you. I'm glad that you're doing good.
AI can't make you have a personality. It can't create
Mhm.
your social media presence, your unique genius, the thing that your ideal customer avatar. Those all have to be created by you. And the most important thing that I learned from all of my Mary Kay mentors is that you just need to start. Start
Yeah.
somewhere. If it's wrong, that's okay. We're going to laugh
Nobody.
about it. We're going to screenshot pictures of our bot being stupid and be like,
Mhm.
Heather, we got to do something. She needs to stop talking about what a beautiful journey this is, because she just put something out there that was kind of, weird, and, figure it out. That's the worst thing that you can do, is wait. You would never wait to leave your house until you knew all the lights were green. You'd never leave.
No. No. And something's better than nothing. I mean, you're going to get more attention on putting something silly out there than you would if you didn't put anything out there. So, I mean, at least you're going to get on the map.
You never know.
Yep. Yep. Exciting. Thank you.
And for those of you that missed us on Monday, I'm going to do a little quick recap of Sales Nav that is going to change everything. So if you got old Facebook leads or new Facebook leads, you'll be able to upload them, and the AI will tell you exactly how to sell to them. It'll say, this is your business. It'll learn your business.
Mhm.
It'll give you the questions to ask them. It'll learn their personality So you will ask the person the right question every time, because the old saying is you can never say the wrong thing to the right person. Guess what? Someone called me dear the other day and I almost ripped their throat out.
Well, I still
So,
maintain that that person was not the right person. And that's why, it went the way it went. But I think that I'm super excited to be able to utilize that because I've got leads. I've got hundreds of leads of people, referrals that people have given me. And I have used the Facebook tools to, get leads. And then I haven't quite known what to do with them. I have put them in my CRM. I have connected with them, but I haven't converted those as quite high of a rate, even than cold leads that I have previously purchased from a company that, specifically is, working with Mary Kay consultants.
The nice thing about having that Facebook group is, though, and I will tell you, I have people in my Facebook group that I have never even heard of. My Facebook group isn't even really that active because nobody ever really does much in there. I just post stuff. And I have people all the time that message me out of the blue, hey, I seen your post. I need this kind of literally. And it's just like, okay, they've never said hi. They've never liked anything. They've never commented on anything. But then they reach out to me. And they're like, I need some health insurance. What do you got?
Absolutely.
And it happens all the time. So
yeah, and that's the beauty of a cold lead. Because the thing is that, I'm new in the community. So I have to go on various places to find the contractors that I need, handymen, electricians, dentists, all of the things I have to go and find. And if I've got a group that I can be part of, even if I'm not participating very much, I'm more likely to go with somebody who's recommending somebody else in a group than I am, because I'm like, oh, well, it's the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. And that's what social media really is just at what point are you connected? How many degrees of separation between you and Kevin Bacon? Or you and
because if they're in your group, you might not know them, but they know who you are because they've been in your group for 3 years. And I just love it. And it's so many people have a hard time grasping that. Like, why a Facebook group? Because it's more personal.
And it's building that trust factor in a way that you don't have to, when back in the day, I came into Mary Kay kind of at the end of the old way, which is that you would go out and you would work on getting 5 new names a day, and you would talk to everybody and you would engage with everybody in conversations when you're at the post office and you're at the grocery store and you're picking up your kids, and you always want to make sure you have your face on. You always make sure you wear your Mary Kay pin. And that is great if you're leaving your house, if you have that kind of life. But as a mom of small kids who works from home, I don't leave the house. And my menagerie, even now, even though the kids are grown up, it includes a blind man, a guide dog, 2 kids who are probably fighting with each other. And, we're dealing with all the people who are trying to talk to the dog and who they're trying to interact with, and the kids are going everywhere. I'm screaming at my kids sometimes. I do not want to be like, hi, can I get your number? I mean, that just is not going to work for me. So that prospecting, that, Facebook groups, the bot basically is going to do the prospecting for you, where you're going to be being social with people so that you can then be able to connect with them in a way that's meaningful. So, and it doesn't matter what kind of business you have. In fact, I wish that more of the handyman / car mechanic type people, like regular kind of, I love our local grocery store here in Waianae, the Waianae store. They have a really fabulous Instagram account that I just love. And I swear I go shopping there. They're really close to my house, so that helps. But I shop there more than the other grocery store that's also close to my house because I love their social media content, and I recognize the checkers from the social media content. And so I feel like I know them.
So I'm going to slip one more thing in about sales now, because you said something, Mira, that, oh, I got these stacks of old leads that are just sitting there that probably just have maybe a phone number and an email and a name, if that, but it doesn't have their social media contacts on there. What this system will do is you load all of that in, and it data scrapes and it finds them on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and then it goes and analyzes their personality. So you're going to be able to take dead leads lists from ages ago, revive them, and connect with them on social media, because we all know with A2P, do not call lists, it's gotten harder and harder to connect with people by phone. People's emails are inundated. But what do they check? They check their Facebook Messenger. They check comments on their posts. Oh, wait, who liked my post? Who gave me validation?
Yes.
Oh, Mirabot gave me validation. Oh, let me like that. Let me respond to the validation I got. And now we're in conversation.
Yes, absolutely. And the thing is that, I mean, my daughter doesn't even answer the phone when I call her. She's 13 going on 14. And she's like, why are you calling? When I call her, literally what she says to me is, why are you calling me? And I'm like, because I want to. I pay for your phone. And, also I'm driving, things like that. I'm trying not to kill anyone, all of those things. But people really don't use their phone in the same way. It's basically a pocket computer now instead of like the cell phone was to call. In fact, what's so great, this is going to be a tangent, but I was recently talking to a couple of my colleagues who we've all been in the Mary Kay for the same amount of time. And we're like, it's so weird not to be booking from 7 to 8:30 at night, 3 nights a week, that you don't have to like create, I don't even have to call people to book, now I've got a Calendly link and I send it out to people as I'm messaging them, or it's part of a post, or it's on my YouTube channel with various things, and people just click it and they book. I mean, it's so strange to not have to go through the process. But I love it because it means that I can be doing other things, because that's an automated process. And just like, you deposit your checks in a different way than you used to deposit your checks. And just like, you can order your groceries on Instacart. In fact, I've got stuff I need to go pick up from Walmart. And I'm not just going to go down to Walmart and hope they have it. I searched for it, I found it, I ordered it, and it's going to be brought out to my car. So I'm going to drive to Walmart and pick it up. But I don't even have to go in the store unless I really want to.
Yeah. And I have 2 success stories just from the last 2 days. A person that I knew from Kansas City who has seen me posting about AI, who I've talked to, who's in this group, she contacted me and said, hey, Heather, I'm ready. When can we start this? And another person that's here in Hawaii, Deb, she's been following my posts about thankfulness. It's not even about AI, but she knows what I do. She noticed the high quality of the content I've been putting out with the best version of me. At least I think she is the robot version, which
well,
is
the one with the tiger tamer is definitely a version that I think is interesting. So,
and she's like, hey, Heather, can I either hire you to do my social media, or can you teach me how to use AI to make imagery like that for my business? So the more you're out there, the more you're putting yourself out there. And they even talked about it in the BNI conference I just went to. There was a fantastic lady from New Zealand. Her name's Monique. She's been doing direct sales, and she told a great story. So she has a YouTube channel, and she talks about her products all the time. And what was great was she went to a sales meeting in India from New Zealand, but because everyone had been watching her YouTube channel, they already knew exactly what they wanted. When she showed up, half of her stuff was already sold out before she even did her presentation in India.
Yep.
That is the power of being visible on social media.
Right. Well, and that's one of the reasons why I want to adopt it. I did a international contract with Mary Kay in the country of Colombia in 2015 through 2017, and I didn't have enough, social stuff in place. I didn't know what I was doing, which was fine. I wanted to try it out. But my plan is to start the first of several international contracts at the end of 2025. And social media presence, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, that's exactly the way to create that know, like, trust, and that understanding of what the product is. Because one of the things that I came out of my experience in Colombia with was people are like, oh, beauty products, Mary Kay, what's that? I didn't realize how hard I was leaning on Mary Kay's international presence and the fact that when I met Heather, when I first moved to Oahu, she came up to me at a traditional vendor fair, and she's like, Mary Kay's back! It's back! And I was like, it's been here. There's some colleagues that I know who've been living here on Oahu for like 10 plus or even 40 plus years, and they've done their business here. They're here. In fact, one of them lives in Kailua, but she is doing it in a organic way that reaches her relationships, and she's not hitting social media because these two particular people are people who are over 50 and who have had a lot of success doing it the traditional way, and they're not even open to that because they don't need it for what they're trying to do with their business right now. So it's a brave new world. And I would, even if you don't feel quite ready, if you're watching this, I would say, go ahead and start dabbling now, because the dabbling that I was doing from 2010 to 2013 turned into big growth organically from 2014 through 2024, when we lived in Boise and we were living in a market that had a lot of people coming into it that were using Facebook to connect with me. In fact, I had my very first YouTube famous moment in 2022. I was traveling with one of my sales team members, Kaylee, to Dallas for Mary Kay conference, for Mary Kay seminar. And someone came up to me. She said, oh, hi, I didn't realize you lived in Boise. It's Mira, right? And I was having this moment where I'm like, I've never even seen your face before. Why am I blanking? I was so embarrassed. I was like, I'm so embarrassed. I can't remember how I know you. She's like, oh, I've been watching you on YouTube for years. And my YouTube, let's just say, when she says for years, I've got some really bad YouTube out there. So it doesn't matter, but she's been watching me the whole time. She didn't realize I'm one of her favorite beauty influencers, and she was so pleased that I lived in her city, and we took a picture together, and she pointed me out to the people she was traveling with when we got to our next destination. So just start with something, start dabbling now, because there may be a time when you are going to be perfectly positioned, either because of a geographic move or a change in circumstance, where what you've been dabbling with is the bare bones to be able to create what your next pivot is. And, you always work while you can, so that when you...
And remember...
What were you going to say?
Just remember that there's a lag. I can't.
It's okay.
Go ahead, Mira.
No, that was it. It was just work while you can.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say, remember, for those of you who are social media, I could barely even get on this live to watch it. We do a 101. and you got to start somewhere, and it's not that hard, and it's step by step. And if you think that you might not need the 101, but you might, like, it's really easy, you guys. Just take it. No, I won't tell anybody, I promise. It's really important.
Social media. I mean, I took remedial math as a college student, and I was like, yeah, I know this. This makes me feel really confident. Now I can take basic algebra and get that out of my life.
Algebra. Oh, I took algebra in college, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, we have been chit-chatting for almost an hour now. This has probably got to be one of our longest lives in a while. I like to wrap it up with a couple of things.
Yep.
If you're in the Facebook group, there is a link to our Pink Friday sale. So if you're looking for some translucent powder to take that oil spill off your face and you don't want to look like the Exxon Valdez, jump in that party, because no one wants to look like Exxon on Zoom.
And just in case anybody's wondering, yes, Heather and I have decided to also become Mary Kay consultants. So
they're part of the cult now. So I'm their evil queen. That's how you got me. And then if you want to post my Calendly link, I'm happy to do consultations with anybody from your group who just needs a little bit of help and refinement, or even if they need to they're like, help, I need everything. I need to figure out everything. I'd be super happy to do that. There's no purchase necessary for that. That is something that just really makes me happy to be able to help you and help you find the things that can fit into what you already have, or find 5 to 7 things that you love and that you are going to use over and over again.
So the Calendly link is in our chats. Yay. And just do #calendar and I will get that to you. So the holiday sale for our coaching is still going on, $97 a month, 4-month minimum. The holiday sale for NowSite is still going on. So #NowSite or get with me so you can get Sales Navigator and revive all your old lead lists. And definitely join our big pink party. Whether you're a female or a dude, no one wants to look bad on camera. We can show you how to look better. Definitely jump on Mira's calendar so you too can look better. And am I forgetting anything, guys, before I say happy Thanksgiving?
Yep. Give us a #live if you're live, #replay if you watch this on a replay. Give us a #101 if you want a Facebook 101. And I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week.
That's right. Aloha.
Anything last words, Mira? Before we'll know about our music.
We'll see you there.
No more last words. Cue the music.
That's right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Lights are shining everywhere. Feel the rhythm in the air. Hearts are beating, feel the vibe. Get on up, it's time to jive. I'm so